We are back with our Livonian Order into Livonia campaign, where, as you remember, our goal is to get Almost Prussian Blue achievement, while getting full militarization Livonia, while staying Catholic and not forming Prussia. Absolutely beautiful. And remember, the first part of this series was very unlucky because I had to record an overlay of myself talking over original recording because it was bugged, and it happened exactly the same in this second part. Maybe not exactly the same because I got the voice recorded, but it was cracked, like completely cracked, so I had to re-record my voice part. Yeah, you might see two Zlewikks at sometimes, but you're gonna enjoy it. You know what we'll enjoy as well? Subscribe to this channel because we are on our way to a Giga EU4 challenge for going 3 months as Rookie, so conquering the whole world, but I plan to do it with a different strategy than all the YouTubers do, so not going hard. But to do that, we have to get to 120k subscribers first, so you better hit that subscription button and let's get started. Hello guys and welcome back to my Livonian Order into Livonia campaign with a big goal of achieving Almost Prussian Blue. That requires me to conquer all of these North Germany provinces. Well, to achieve that, I first found Livonia, and second, I want to get to this mission, which unlocks many reforms, which is gonna allow me to get the Prussian militarization over time. I also picked espionage ideas for the AE impact, and now admin to obviously expand a bit quicker. And you know, before I start going harsh in the cherry, I want to first dissolve it. To dismantle it, I already allied almost all of the electors, only with Palatinate and the Brandenburg missing, which I'm not really gonna be able to ally because of the rivals to the other electors. I'll be still improving relations with them, looking for a way to ally one of these two electors. If not, I'll just do a big war in Europe. Developing all of these provinces in Livonia gives me a mission: develop Livonia, which is 1 stability, as well as local modifiers to these provinces for 25 years. Give me construction cost, time and local unrest. Then make Riga our capital mission, which require us to develop to 20, as well as building a temple, workshop and a marketplace. And I think I'm gonna go for it because marketplace is already here, so let's just start with adding a workshop. How about deving? Yeah, it's just simple couple of dev clicks and we'll be there soon. Reform the government, so unlocking the reforms requires us to have 447 admin mana. I'm gonna save for that now. Byzantine Refugees is a lovely event giving us 10% tech cost for 30 years. Just a reminder, 10% tech cost is pretty much 60 mana per technology, and as I'm gonna pay 80 mana for it, only by taking 2 technologies in the next 30 years is gonna make this event worth it. The Ottomans are so scary and they're not stopping, they're conquering Livonia again. So with this Riga mission, obviously it will become our new capital, as we have a level 2 trade center, we're gonna receive additional development, as well as promoted to level 3, and at the end of the game, this province is gonna get multiple modifiers including dev cost, production efficiency, tax meta, and manpower. This is lovely. How it's gonna impact my trade power in the Baltics? Right now it's 59 and after the month thing is gonna be 62. Reform the government mission is a very interesting one because it's gonna unlock us a series of 6 events with a meantime to happen with a couple of years that will allow me to shape my government. Now, each time I'll be able to choose between admin, diplo and military reform, and depending on the quantity of the choices for each, in the end I'll be able to choose on one of the governments that I'm eligible for. So for example, to unlock the militarization, I have to choose at least 4 or even 5 times the military option, obviously. And that's a fairly interesting aspect of Livonia gameplay, because you can choose, I believe, from like 12 different governments depending on your choices. This is just lovely. You can shape your gameplay depending on the goals. There goes little economical golden age, and you see that the admin choice costs me a lot of ducats, but I'm gonna get mana, and it's also saying right there towards which government it's gonna help me get into. And it looks like the diplo choice is the same amount of money and it gives me diplo points, and it's the same for the military. And obviously, as said, my goal is to go towards the military choices. Loans are alright. In the second event, military choice is gonna cost a lot. Take our mill points, get the estates very disloyal, and rebels in Riga, and I'm not so sure if I want to take it. You know, I only need 5 military points. I could choose once non-mill, but you know what, guys? I'm not gonna risk it. I'll deal with the rebels in a second, that's alright. These events are happening really fast. In my test game, they are appearing very rarely. I had to wait a lot of time for them. This time I'm gonna lose stability, get clergy towards being very disloyal, but in exchange I'm gonna get almost 60,000 manpower. And yeah, they are a bit disloyal. There goes another stability because our rule died, but at least we pumped a good arrow that is 444. This one is taking mill points from us again, but at least we are getting army tradition exchange. And how many more reforms do we need to finish this mission? 2 more. Another day, another stability lost. Well, technically I just need 1 more reform towards military to get my Livonian militarist monarchy. What else can we get? I could theoretically go for something else, but yeah, it's nothing really interesting. Let's go for the lost stuff. There goes the last one. The role of the king. The military one is gonna give us 1 military skill of the ruler and make him a good general. And also we're gonna get morale of armies and yearly army tradition. Finally, these guys want to ally me, and I think this is because they've lost rivalship of one of the other electors. So now I'm allied to every single elector except Brandenburg. And honestly, I could probably even be able to ally them. But the simplest solution would be to just attack Brandenburg and get Austria into the war, and then just siege down their capitals of Vienna and Berlin. Then dissolve the HRE and simply white peace. Is there any of my allies that will be joining this kind of war? Saxony. Well, so I would have to siege them down in this case. What if I attack Poland and get Saxony in this war so they then cannot join against Austria? I have to figure this out. So now to get our new government, and we have to get stability to 2. It won't be that easy because, yeah, I have to deal first with our overextension, but also our religious unity. So how about we get tolerance of the heretics somehow? I could click this also for a general. How about we get it from the burghers? Didn't they have a privilege for that? Yeah, there it goes, +2. That should increase our religious unity. After a month tick. I think the cost of stability also needs a month tick. 32.7. Yeah, 16.4. So I decreased by half the cost for religious unity. Can I rival Austria to have a CPO there? Because I don't want to know CPO Austria. I'll just make it an investment. Cancel Sweden and... Really? I still cannot rival Austria, for fuck's sake. 245 is not that bad. How should we name him? Conrad, I think Frederick is gonna be better for roleplay as we're gonna militarize. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get a tier 5 gun phone for this. Let's just wait for now. We in the meantime scaling our economy, it's 52 right now. And with court promises I can boost our stability to 1 and only to 1 because we need more admin mana. As you can see, if the emperor died today, I would become a new Holy Roman Emperor. And it's funny because I believe that Livonia can be Catholic and have militarization at the same time. So I could take it, but I don't need it. I don't need to be Holy Roman Emperor. I need an easy expansion in the North Germany. For the big war against the HRE, as you see, I'm building a lot of new troops, mainly artillery up to 10,000, while now we're just waiting for the stability. So now I have 20k infantry stack and 20,010 siege stack. There it goes. So just a reminder, the requirements from this mission is to have 10 of each mana per month, 2 stability, no disasters at peace and no rebels, while going for 6 events for guarantee forms. As you see, we have 4 different choices based on the decisions that I took, plus obviously I could not change anything. But as you see, no, not the mercenary state, and not the autocracy, but instead we're gonna go for Livonian militarist monarchy, because we are an army with a state. And this is giving us obviously the most important modifier in game, so development cost. But also monarch military skill, reduced Gov capacity. And how's the Gov capacity? It's alright, we are a bit above the limit, but at least now we are getting militarization, which is at this point being reduced because of the Gov capacity and not being at war. So how about we take some Gov capacity for nobility, and obviously it's not gonna be 100 but just 50, and now it's for now fixed. Yeah, I'll just restate the promises that I recently half-stated to make it even better. So militarization is right now at 0, but once I start the war, it will automatically start increasing. As I'm super ahead of time in the militech, I will go invest all of my mil points on increasing that militarization. So now at, what's the current percentage? Now at 80% of militarization, I'm obviously getting, it needs a month tick to update here, 8% discipline just from this. I don't even have an advisor. I think that's a good moment to attack Poland then, and I can call all of my allies into this, and Brandenburg will be in. Wait, is it all electors? Or I'm missing a one? We are missing Thiers! How did it happen? I was that close from misplaying this war, guys. Anyway, it seems like we have nothing unique for Livonia for tier 5. I'm not going for Mercs, nor the Cav. Addition is okay. 4 defense is also right. An artillery course, a barrage. But reinforced speed and cost as well as supply limit is, I think, something that I want to take in this case. Now with alliance with Thiers, I can go ahead and attack Poland and call all of our allies, except them. And that's gonna be reconquest of Lwów. During this war I should be able to attack Austria and also call these guys. And as you see, as Saxony is in the same war as me, they will not be able to join it. Okay, Mr. Austria, let's go ahead and start the war. Call the allies. You see, I don't have a CB, which is gonna call some AE. Now this is fine. And now, let's use the E in Europe. It's gonna literally go down in 2-3 years. Send some troops to Vienna, and how many troops I am even facing here? It's just like 120k of them. So before I even dissolve the HRE, I want to put you a reminder of how it can be achieved, in case you forgot or you never heard about this. So there are 2 factors. One are the electors. You need to either ally all of the electors or siege down their capitals. So ideally you should go for a way where you will try allying as many electors as possible, ideally all of them or except one, and once you're done you cannot ally anymore, you have to get in the war where you'll be fighting both that elector or electors that you did not ally and the emperor, because the second requirement is to siege down the capital of emperor. So having that in mind, let's just go ahead and dismantle the HRE, which is causing the event, which is new, that's giving us some good bonuses like prestige, splendor and power projection, and that prestige, if it hits above 100, like in our case, we're gonna get some monarch points in exchange for it, which is very useful for us because I want to go back for 1 stability. Swipe is Brandenburg because obviously long term I want to conquer them. And now, does Livonian mission tree give us any claims on North Germany provinces? That would be expected considering the achievement. Anything? Nope. That is really unfortunate. At least I have espionage ideas that allow me to build a lot of claims. British Navy. Can I beat them in the Baltic Sea? I don't think I can. I'm not gonna risk it. I would bring heavy ships soon. So at least they've lost more ships than we did. But they are still standing here. I can have a month to recover. Leave the destroyer ships in the harbor and attack them again. Oh yeah, I should have waited another month to recover our morale, but it was still worth it. Austria 36 to 36. Yep, that was a good exercise, but it has to finish here. Let's now just get ready to peace out Poland, since I'll be having issues with Gav capacity very soon. Well, I already do and start building our houses. I also don't have to be so much over the relations limit anymore, so let's just go ahead and break our alliances with Cologne and Mainz. I don't really need also to annex Galicia Volhynia, because I don't need their promises for the achievement. So how about we make them our march, and we'll be fitting them with Polish provinces. I'd also like to release another subject around here, which is gonna be Kiev. I'd prefer to cancel one of these privileges to get strong duchies, and improving relations with the Ottomans is gonna achieve that. I should also start looking for stronger allies, since I'll be expanding a lot in Germany now. So let's break alliance with Thiers, and in exchange I'm gonna ally Burgundy and Venice, which have 50,000 and 37,000 of troops. You might remember that from espionage ideas, we got an ability to create claims on a whole state. So for just 32 of spy network, I I can get claim on all of these 5 provinces. So these provinces, as well as some additional ones, 1 core for Stettin, these provinces is just 40 AE, which is absolutely alright and nothing. I cannot take these 2 because Bohemia occupied them, so let's just go ahead and peace them out. So the AE in Europe is really fine, and just keep in mind that I like Burgundy, Venice and Bohemia to avoid any coalitions. One of my favorite features of 1.36 is that right now we can ask a country for knowledge sharing. So just go ahead and do that on Geller, which is gonna decrease our economy a bit, but it's absolutely worth it because colonialism is pretty hard to get. How about the Danish Navy? Can I completely destroy them? Yeah, that should be pretty easy because I have a heavy ship that is also a flagship with additional cannons, so yeah, it's pretty easy. It's same case on the land with Norway troops. Yeah, they never stood a chance. It was that close, just more quantity to the troops and I would wipe them. Still, after beating them up, I'm gonna white piece them for a short truce as I'm gonna conquer them a bit later. Because the main worry is against Volgast, but before I full annex Volgast, let's just go ahead and separate piece Hamburg. And I assume there were some missions around this. Yeah, I need to build up my provinces in Livonia, and then this is gonna be all about war with Zlewikk. So for now, Hamburg, I think I can go ahead and simply white piece them for shorter truce, and same with Oldenburg. Peace deal with Volgast, even though it's out of provinces, just 30 E, which is almost nothing. I just will probably go ahead and give some of these provinces to Stettin while keeping these 2 provinces for ourselves. Mr. Zlewikk. Time to fully annex them and send our merchants to Baltic Sea for the mission. Here I don't even know what to click, I have everything that I needed. And obviously this province is gonna join our trade company because our capital is in Eastern Europe. Which means I can add Western European provinces to the trade company, it's 12% already. Yeah, I'll have probably to attack Sweden soon. And this merchant is allowing me to click the mission Construct Markets, that gives me some temporary trade power in Lübeck, Baltic Sea and 1,400 ducats. Then for this mission I need a merchant in Lübeck. So let's send him there instead of Baltic Sea. And I also need a trader on level 3. There it goes. This gives us 4 years worth of our trade income and perma 25 trade power in Lübeck. So we have 1,000, 3,000 ducats. Any cold monuments I could invest into with that money. This one gives domestic trade power, and this one, yeah, both are okay, but not worth it for now. I would rather invest this money into our trade company in Lübeck. And with this done, it already has 27% of trade power. So my trade income is already 37, 39. Oh my god, can I show that to you? Ah, shit. I saw for a millisecond Ottomans literally assaulting Stockholm. This is how powerful they are in this campaign. Protestant Reformation started in our subject. It's gonna spread all around our lands. I could consider switching to Protestant, but I think it's kind of cool RP that we are a Catholic militarized country. From Sweden we're gonna take a snake towards Stockholm, which is a trade center, but long term I plan to take most of the Baltic Sea coast for better borders, but it's a long term plan. For now just take a bit more of money and that makes the borders beautiful. I know, Stockholm as in Western Europe can be added to our Baltic Sea Trade Company, which already has 18% of trade power. Did I just get Holy War casus belli on the Ottomans? You know, while I'll be waiting for our AE to go down in Europe, I could go and have some fun against the strongest nation in the game right now. But for now, I want to dissolve this coalition, and just piecing out the current war should help doing that because I have truce with the biggest guys. Mr. Ottoman! Well, 98,000 troops on their side, I have 60,000, but with 120% of discipline. That's not gonna be easy, but really? No one? None of the allies wants to join us? I mean, this is fine. Let's just go and have some fun. First battle in Zaporozhye is gonna be against 15,000. It's not much, but it's the first good comparison of our troops, and it's a disaster for them. Now let's just go and cage them in Poltava while car passaging around. Let's stand on this little army here. I was just heavily outnumbered, but worry not, there's another like coming. And we have to be very patient here with our moves to avoid fighting bigger stacks. There's no reason to do that. Let's just get the wipe with the smaller guys. They're trying to attack us in Cherkasy. How about we scorch earth and bait them to fight with our both of the stacks? But as I will be a bit late with the second stack, I might debate. Yeah, I almost debated myself into getting wiped by the Ottomans, but that was close. It would be a bit easier in Georgia, and I think that's almost textbook wipe, but we lacked a bit of troops. But look, they're already down to 66,000 troops with no manpower. There are not that many things as pleasant as car-besieging Ottomans like this. It's a high time to piece the Ottomans. I'm out of manpower. We've got 73% of the war score. Killed 137,000 troops while losing 70k by ourselves. I will take all these promises and maybe we'll also try war reparations. And that is gonna be really useful. So, all of these promises, I don't really need them for ourselves for the achievement. So I'm gonna go ahead and feed Kiev with these beauties, so that we're gonna make them really juicy. Just typical Austrians. Now that I finished my war with the Ottomans, they called a crusade on them. Annexation of Stettin is gonna make our name placement much better. I actually forgot to take a privilege that does not take our diplomatic reputation when annexing, but anyway, I don't plan to annex the other two subjects. Adding promises from Stettin to Zlewikk Trade Company is finally gonna give us a merchant here, because they have 60% trade power. The last admin idea give us admin tech cost, but most importantly, gov capacity, which we really needed, so that's ultra helpful. And that's also a policy for advisor cost. Partly thanks to which you see my advisors are very cheap, and I probably gotta improve this one to a higher level. Now I will have to focus on getting the admin decks, but before I do that I want to decrease the current cost below 300, which should be achievable through a spy network on nations with a higher technology. Age of Discovery ended and we've got Age of Reformation now, which means I lost its expansion impact, but we need more. It should be easy to get the convert 10 promises, but that's pretty much it, because I plan to stay Catholic. 100 spy network on Brabant is giving me 15% tech cost, because they have tech 11 already. So tech 9, 230, and tech 10 is reaching a few months from now. So with tech 10, I have plenty of diplo and mill points, but I will most probably go for something, I actually don't know what. Because I don't need deep ideas, because I'm beyond needing improved relations. Probably full score cost would be cool. I'm not planning to annex many subjects, they are marshes. So maybe something military then. Siege ability would be definitely of use, and additional discipline. Let's go for offensive ideas. Actually, I think at the point where it's worth to move our main node to Zlewikk. So yeah, let's see. I don't think that's gonna be a huge of a change right now, but long term it's worth it. 60.35. So how about we make Zlewikk our main node? We did not have a merchant in the Baltic Sea. Let's see the instant, because it will just automatically start transferring everything from the Baltic Sea that is not in the hands of Sweden. It dropped, right? It was 65. It's at 63 right now. We obviously have a bit of overextension, which is decreasing our income. But yeah, long term, we want to keep it like this. And it's actually, I think, it's the biggest node in the world right now, thanks to this. I think we are slowly at the point where we'll kill some of the nations. The others are leaving the coalition. I think getting rid of Austria was the main point here. And with this, I'll have to start a lot of wars at the same time, as I still lack plenty of promises. But I'm just thinking, because at the same time I don't want to nations like Great Britain, France and Spain. I just do just this three. I don't want this three in the coalition. We'll be fine with all the rest. Well, with all of money that we have, I just keep investing into manpower and also force me buildings, because we just might need more of the armies with our economy. Oh, and we've also hit 1000 development, which allows us to become an empire. So as I don't want this finished to general coalition, I'm already improving relations with them. I'm about to attack Austria, because they went really hard into HRE, why I need these provinces for the achievement. And that might be a decent sized war, because they have around 80, almost 100,000 of troops with their allies. And well, Coven needs to help. Now it's a high time to break our alliance with Burgundy, because if I show you, you see that I need provinces from them, Cologne, Münster and Mainz. Can I attack Münster already? I will need a CB for this. That doesn't happen often, but of course Ottomans are having a wonderful campaign, except one very fast. But yeah, they made Eyalet in this year, so Egypt is the Eyalet right now. This is my last war in the north for clearing the borders. You know, making the name placement better, making you comfortable watching my map. Now we're left with the wars that I mentioned earlier. War of Burgundy, they have 70,000 troops, but they can cool France and Great Britain. And we're gonna do that, because I'm a tick behind on the military. Now the coalition is being formed, but it doesn't matter. This is the last 2 wars of this campaign. Let's see, I'm still a tick behind, but I have 118% discipline. Well, the army quality is also decent. It's gonna be tough for all this. Okay, I think I changed Venice's mind. If they reinforce, that's one of the issues with the current AI. They can clearly and easily win the battle, but when they see that it's going south for them, they just refuse to reinforce. And it's also the same with your allies. It's exactly the same. Can I wipe 23,000 Burgundians? I would have to roll... No, the army gold is not on that level. I just noticed that I lost my alliance with Venice, that has also 70k troops. I think it's because of this war. And then also we got many negative modifiers and expansion. Yeah, that might be one of the reasons I have a coalition now. But anyway, these are the processes I need for achievement. Let's just double check if I'm missing anything. No, it's all this. It can take some prey. No, just a bit of money. Thank you so much. Do I have to core these provinces? Yeah, I'm a bit overextended. I think I have to core them now. Yeah. There we go, guys. Almost Prussian Blue. This is of course one of the features of 1.36. If you check your achievements, it will also appear there. I think the borders are perfect, guys. Did you expect anything better than that? I think this is just a pure perfection. We have a great system of trade companies giving us free merchants and 156 of income. So yes, if you did enjoy this campaign, so a country with militarization that is not Prussia and is not Protestant / Reformed, here we go. I think this was a very enjoyable campaign, and if you did enjoy it, remember to leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. As you remember, we're going for the UQ challenge at 120k subscribers.